Hey, yo, welcome back to the High Kicks podcast. Finger guns for Carl because he's still not here. His computer's not set up yet. So we're hoping to have him back by Wednesday for our next episode. This is going to be a quick one. We just kind of wanted to jump on for a Sunday recording, Monday release to just recap the Champions League final and talk a little bit about what it means for some player legacy, from manager legacy and shit like that. But yeah, Chad, how you doing?
All right.
That's it?
Yeah.
Bummed out?
Yeah.
So I wanna start off. I watched this match at Mulligan's Pub in Hoboken, New Jersey. First time checking out that bar as a footy bar. It was a hell of an atmosphere. It was a really fun experience. My girlfriend and I had a really great time. I I just want to know before I get into my thoughts. Did this go any bit of the way that you were expecting, Chad?
No.
You're gonna do
Oh,
anything?
I had like a feeling. I'm gonna be honest here. I didn't see this game. You ever just have like such a shitty day at work that you just know like the only thing you have like coming up is gonna be complete dog ass.
Yeah.
I had that type of day. Like I had the Saturday from hell at work. Um, and I'm like trying to drive home and I already see they're losing 1-0 and I'm like, yeah, it's over.
So so
I went
that
to sleep.
That's understandable. So that first goal, if I am Jan Sommer, after playing with a side that has been so defensively sound all season, when you have three men on your back line slide across to mark one man and leave Ashraf Hakimi alone in front of net, immediately I would have been livid. So this really was a tale of two sides. Not only did Inter lose this match, they looked like they didn't deserve to be on the pitch with PSG.
It sucks because it's like they played so well, literally all Champions League tournament.
Dude, they only trailed
I'm
for
gonna
17 minutes in the whole tournament going up
and
into this
like
match.
like and so many people are gonna be like, oh, we fucking got fucked up for Barcelona for this, and it's like I don't know, man. Like they earned the win. It's not like they Atletico Madrided their way to a final. They
I yeah, I
like they
mean,
earned it to be there. I guess it's just PSG's that good now.
I just
I thought they needed a year. Clearly not. Like I don't want to say it because it's just it's PSG. I was just like really afraid to admit that like this team is really complete on paper. And I'm just thinking like, oh, it's PSG. They'll fuck up somewhere. And
best team in the world.
well,
Best team in the world.
yeah, I mean they're probably the favorites to repeat next year in the Champions League. I feel like they can win the treble 2 straight years. Just because no offense to France in the state of everyone else outside of PSG, but it's kind of a cupcake division as Brian chows down on a cupcake.
That was really quick thinking. You said that the second I took that bite.
Well, a lot quicker thinking than DeMarco. That's for fucking sure.
I mean, you could take 3 hours to think and it would be quicker thinking than DeMarco.
I knew he was the weak link, but Jesus fucking Christ.
I mean, Steven Gerrard said at halftime that Inzaghi, the first thing he needs to do is show DeMarco the showers immediately. It just, he looked unfit to be there. He just, honestly, the entire side looked unfit to be there. This was going to be a tale of hungry young guns versus experience. And I know, like, Marquinhos was here last time.
But like this whole Inter team was here last time.
for the most
There's
part. And that's what I
legitimately no
mean. Like they
excuse.
are,
Like this team outside of uh like two or three guys were all here last time.
yeah. So, but that's
Like,
what I mean. Like it was the experienced Inter side versus the young and hungry PSG. And the young and hungry just came out and slaughtered.
God, dude, I don't want to be that guy. It's just like think of the highlights again. I won't be surprised if like I don't want to feel I feel like a piece of shit, like even considering this. But God forbid in like 5 years we learn that someone paid someone some money by a
Nah.
little ass. I don't know, man. This is like they literally had no motivation walking out. It was so bizarre. It was such an out of character,
So
like everything from them.
I don't so I saw them walk out. I don't think it was no motivation. I thought it was from Inter, stern faced, locked in. We're not here for any of the bullshit. We're here to win. And PSG just came out on the front foot and sucked all of the life out of Inter, and it was just over. I mean, that front three of Kvaratskhelia, Dembele, and Doué is stupid. Utterly stupid. Vitinha is one of the best center midfielders on the planet. I think Hakimi is, I'm not saying he's the best. He's not the best, but he's one of. I think Hakimi, in my eyes, is the best right back in the world. Like this PSG team is outrageous, and they're so young.
Finally spent 100 million doubloons to finally get the super team.
And this is the cheapest in terms of squad value their squad has been in years.
I mean, it's yeah. I don't know, man. Like, I mean, it's gonna be. I think Desiree Doué versus Lamine Yamal is gonna be a fun conversation to have for the next decade.
I agree. I mean, he's the first teenager to score in a Champions League final in I have no idea how long. He had a brace, he had an assist. He did everything you could have possibly asked and more. And he is 19 years old. I saw somewhere today that Miles Lewis Skelly is apparently the favorite to win the Golden Boy.
I don't know where in God's green earth. I feel like that's just insane. I feel like they're just trying to prop up the value.
But that's what I mean. Like, the only other player
What the
I will
fuck?
hear the argument for the Golden Boy for is Cabarsi. Just for how good he was for Barcelona as a starter for the entire season. But look, it might be recency bias, it might be whatever, but Desiree Doué is the best young player in the world who is eligible for that award. And I have to add in the eligible for that award because Lamine Yamal is not eligible for the award because he won it last year.
Yeah.
It's just, Doué is special. He is a special, special player. The biggest moment of his life, unfazed.
Yeah. It's gonna be hard to beat that team next year.
Really, really hard to beat that team. Like they're, dude, I don't know. The I, I'm stunned. Like like we talked about it a bunch. I was expecting them, PSG that is, to win this match. I thought it was going to be a close, hard fought 2-1. I didn't I didn't think it was going to be like a Prem side facing a League One side in the third round of the FA Cup. I mean, that's what it looked like out there. It was
I
insane.
I also lost my point.
Think, buddy, think. You got this. In the words of the great Rob Schneider, you can do it. All right, Chad can't do it. While he's thinking.
No, I can't.
Okay. While he's thinking, I just I want to talk a little legacy here. Um, Starting with Gianluigi Donnarumma. He is 26 years old. He has multiple league titles under his belt. He now has a treble. He has a Champions League. He's won the Euros. He's going to win the Yashin Award this year as the best goalkeeper in Europe or in the world. He's 26. Where does it go from here? If this continues, and I know the multiple league titles, people are going to be like, oh, it's PSG, it's France. Multiple league titles are multiple league titles. And he's on his way to being one of the best goalkeepers of all time.
Yeah. I had stocks on him back in the Euro year, and I'm like, oh, this guy's big and Italian and good.
Yeah.
And what, 5 years later, 4 years later, here we are now.
4.
Yeah. I feel like he is.
Unequivocally the
I
best
mean,
goalie
he's
in the world.
do we just say he's already like top 10 all time? I feel like
Uh,
it's or close to it. Okay, I'll go like top 15. I feel
yeah,
like
probably.
you maybe name 10 guys that have had a better career, like overall. But I feel like, I mean, at the pace he's going, we are probably about to see one of the greatest goalkeeper careers ever,
Mm-hmm.
especially if he just stays in France. Of course, that will probably be the thing that kicks him a bit, right? Where it's like,
It depends, because if he continues to play like he's played in the Champions League throughout the rest of his career, no one's going to give two shits that he's playing in France.
fair enough.
I mean, the way that he played against Liverpool, against Villa, against Arsenal, and I mean, he didn't really have to do much against Inter, but he made the saves he needed to when he needed to make them. I just it's very, very rare. And I'm going to put him in the same kind of thing that we're talking about right now, like with a Lamine Yamal, in the sense of it's very, very rare that you see a 15, 16-year-old and you place all of this pressure on a player. And 10 years later, he's probably further along in the accolades in his career where you thought he was going to be when he made his debut 10 years ago. He's a freak of nature. And
Yeah,
you look at Italy. This is like a spoiled moment. I mean, you go from Buffon to Donnarumma? Like,
fair enough.
it's just he's special. He's good with his feet. He can distribute. He can command his box. He's lanky in the right way. He covers ground. He moves well. He's got great footwork. He's a great shot stopper. He's got a good defense in front of him, but he commands them beautifully in terms of shouting and telling them where to be. And I mean, you have Marquinhos to help out with that too. But it's something that a lot of people don't think about. A fair amount of the time when your defense is always in the right position and your defense is always covering runners, like they have to respond and they have to listen to the goalkeeper. So it's just one of those things that he is being as good as he is at the age that he is. And especially with all of the pressure and all of the expectations that were put on him when he was the age that he was at 16 is just insane. And I know I'm rambling about a goalkeeper, but I am a goalkeeper. And I don't know, just seeing stuff like this is kind of something crazy, something special. And I don't know. It's it's amazing to see because he really is that good, and I think this is just the start. I think I've rambled a fair amount enough about Donnarumma right now. So I want to move on and just I got to ask Chad this question. Where what does this also do you think for like Luis Enrique's legacy as a manager?
He's probably one of the best. I mean, he's like cemented himself as like an all-time great at this point. Like he did a treble once, now it's a second with a different team.
He's the second manager to do that. He joins Pep.
Yeah, he's basically it's him and Pep. Um, I feel like honestly, it's like him and Pep in the 21st century. It's just harder because he had that really rough Spanish World Cup, I believe it was that he coached.
I
I think it
can't,
was 20
can't remember off the top of my head.
2022. What did he coach Spain in 2022? Am I tripping? Because I specifically,
Yeah, it was him.
yeah, it was him. Yeah, they had a really rough World Cup, but obviously he's bounced back since then.
I also
So
just kind of think that sometimes a guy is a club manager and sometimes a guy is an international manager, and very rarely do we see people who are successful at both. What?
no, it's just funny because we're gonna watch Ancelotti get absolutely cooked
I
at the
mean, we
Brazil
are.
job.
We are.
Good luck, bro.
But it just, it's, I don't know, it's just kind of crazy. I feel like after, especially after the Spain World Cup, and then when he took this PSG job, people were just like, oh, I mean, Luis Enrique is great, but maybe his time is past. Like, what's he going to do with this side? There's a lot of talented sides in Europe, and talent doesn't win you. I mean, talent wins you trophies, obviously, but talent alone doesn't win you trophies because if talent alone won you trophies, PSG would have won this trophy back to back when they had Messi, Neymar, and Mbappe. Good managers can hone in great talent and get them to play in a way that maximizes them. And he was outrageous for this PSG side.
Yeah, I mean I'm assuming was a key person in bringing in some of the players on the side.
I mean,
And
I would like to think he's the one that said go out and get me Kvaratskhelia.
yeah, basically.
One of the best January transfers I've seen in I don't know how long. I mean, we could look back at that transfer, and I'm gonna take my team bias here, but Jad's gonna understand where I'm going with this. This this is gonna be potentially like a Allison and Van Dyke to Liverpool in terms of what the transformation it did to that side. All right, I know you're whatever, but you got to hear me out here. Like an immense, expensive January transfer that got a team over the hump.
Oh, what makes me more confused? My girlfriend's cat or you, man.
Me?
Yeah,
What's confusing about what I just said?
nothing. I just like fucking with you.
All right, that's fair.
Which one of you fuckers took a shit? God damn.
Cat poop.
Yeah, you know what? Your take was so bad that it smells like shit in here. That's what I'm gonna say.
God damn it. My take was so bad that I made the cat shit on the floor.
uh, no,
I
it's just the machine's right there. Their
Litter box.
things right. Yeah,
Is there anything you really want to say about Inter?
blow it up.
Honest, I mean, one of the
There's
problems with
no other.
blowing it up is a lot of their players aren't super valuable. It's hard to blow it up because you don't really have assets to sell and go out and respend. I mean, if you're gonna blow it up, I feel like you want to keep Bastoni, you want to keep Lautaro, you want to keep Thuram, you want to keep Barella, and I guess you want to keep Dumfries. And then where are you going to get the money?
You bribe the Italian government.
I didn't think about that.
Age old trick. They keep that. They keep that deep in the books.
They do keep that deep in the books. Yeah.
They say we make you a pizza and you give us 200 million in taxpayer dollar.
Yeah.
Arrivederci.
Yeah. I I
No,
don't
they're
know.
fucked. Nah, like
It's also such a shitty like 8-day stretch for Inter Milan.
they lost the league.
Well,
And
so
now
hear me out. They didn't lose the league. They went into that Friday down a point. They needed Napoli to drop points, and Napoli did not drop points. So I don't like the whole they lost the league in that span because they didn't really lost the league. They went on the pitch and took care of business and did what they needed to do, but so did Napoli, so they didn't win the league. Did they fall apart throughout the season in Italy a little bit to allow Napoli to pip them to the league? Yes. But I don't think they lost the league on that day. This is one of those. How do you come back from this? How do you go into the off season as a side with a manager, with a board, with everything, and think we can do it again? I mean, they basically had a perfect Champions League campaign. They only trailed for about 16 to 17 minutes throughout the entire competition. And then you just get your shit rocked in the final, you know?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
This this truly was a season for ending trophy droughts. I mean, we've already said it with you have Newcastle, you have Spurs, you have Bologna, and I know it's Bologna, but I wanted to say Bologna, and then I tongue twisted myself a little bit because I just think it's funny to say Bologna. Um, you have Crystal Palace, you have Union Saint Gila or Guia or however you pronounce that out of Belgium, USG. It's just also what is it with Munich? Every time there's a Champions League final in Munich, the first time team is won.
Inter's also given like four different teams their first treble. It was Celtic, then someone else,
City.
then Man City, then PSG, but they gave it to someone else in the 70s too.
Yeah, I know I keep saying but it was kind of a cool experience though watching this game in a bar in New Jersey because like there's a lot of fucking Italians in New Jersey. And Caroline took a video of the bar when that corner in the first half came in and the header went wide. And literally, you can just see, because we were on the side of the bar, you can literally just see like 15 people just go, and Chad, just look at me real quick while I do this. Just go, oh, Like
Yeah, I saw the video.
it was funny. I don't know. I'm stunned. I'm shocked. I'm not shocked at the result, but I'm shocked at the result, if that makes sense. I mean, you had Inter going into this. I did not. Due, hell of a night. He's the golden boy in my eyes. Ousmane Dembele should win the Ballon d'Or, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's like a wrap at this point.
It's not even. Luis Enrique said it very well. It's not just because of his goal output and his offensive work. He gets back, he defends, he presses. It's another one of those guys where it took him a long time to get through a season fully fit, fully healthy. And oh my God, is he fucking good when he can do it?
I think it's just funny that they dropped Mbappe, and now here they are.
It's one of those things that, like, my first thought was Kylian Mbappe is probably watching this match, like, pissed the fuck off.
Well, buddy, you were the problem.
I tend to agree with that. I do think, though, Dembele's got class, because I saw a question where they asked him, do you guys feel, like, how do you feel about not having Mbappe on this side? Like, what's the difference? What's whatever? Is it helpful or hurtful not having him? And his response was class. He just said, I think if we had Kylian, we'd be even better. It's just the right response. I can't say if obviously if he actually thinks that or if he doesn't, but media training goes hard.
Yeah.
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 I think before we get out of here, I think we gotta. It sucks that we have to do this in 2 straight episodes, but thoughts and prayers go out to all of the people in Paris. 2 dead, a police officer in a coma due to the celebrations. I understand it's a long-awaited time to win this trophy, to be champions of Europe, but to anybody out there who is a sports fan, who has a team, who has a chance to see their team win and has a chance to go to the celebrations, I implore you to just be safe. Enjoy yourself, celebrate, have a good time, but don't put yourself or others in danger, because it, not to say that it detracts from the meaning, but it overshadows it. Because at the end of the day, as great as it is that PSG won the Champions League for the city of Paris, there are 2 fans who got to watch it happen who are never going to get a chance to watch it again, and a police officer who knows what's going to happen with him. It's terrible. I'm so sorry for everybody involved. And we as sports fans just need to be able to rein ourselves in and celebrate with a little bit more class. Because, like, it's sad in both meanings of the word.
I got nothing. You put it perfectly.
On that somber note, we're going to get out of here. We're going to be back with another midweek episode where we're going to talk about some potential transfers and some stuff like that. But congratulations to PSG. Kind of can't believe they did it. We'll catch you guys in a couple days. Thanks for listening. Peace.
Roll Tide.